I'm going to break down headstand, how to get into it, and what you need to do with your body once you are in your headstand. Before I show you that stuff though, I just want to say that I would not recommend using a wall for headstand. What often happens when we use a wall is we find ourselves kicking up into our headstand, which is fine because the wall is there to stop us. But as soon as we remove the wall, and the only way we know how to enter a headstand is by kicking, we are at such a risk of injuring our neck if we overkick. So I just wouldn't recommend it. I would 100% recommend using a wall if you are going to use the entries I'm going to show you today. Strengthen your core so that as soon as you remove the wall, you're entering a headstand using body strength and not force of a kick. Our forearm stand and our handstands, we do kick, unless we build that strength to press, which I'm still working on. But we don't have our necks in a vulnerable position, so we can kick because our bodies will just cartwheel out of it or fall out of it in a much safer way than if we had to fall backwards out of a headstand. So that's the first thing, and then the second thing is that you can do it. Let go of your fear. Being upside down is often something that we subconsciously hold a lot of fear towards that sensation, just because we don't do it often as humans, and there is this fear of falling. So just try and let that go. You're 100% capable enough to learn how to do a headstand and get your body into a headstand. So okay, starting to break it down. You want to make sure that your hands, your elbows are shoulder width apart. So we do that by bringing each hand to opposite elbow, keeping the elbows exactly as they are, and then interlacing our hands. So I'm just going to turn sideways. We then want to take the crown of the head to the mat and sit the head in the hands, in this little cup we've created with the hands. We want to make sure our neck is long, so a slight tuck of the chest, the chin into the chest. From here, I'm going to tuck the toes and start to walk up. I want to walk my feet as close to my body as I can. Once I'm here, maybe this is where I'm staying for now. I'm just working on the strength and pushing out of the forearms, drawing shoulders away from ears, creating space. Otherwise, maybe I'm feeling strong enough to draw one leg in towards the chest. Maybe I'm going to feel strong enough to draw the other knee into the chest. Then I want to send the hips to stack above the shoulders. Then I want to send the feet up to stack above the hips. Right now I'm engaging my core, tucking tailbone in, sending energy through to the toes, pushing out of the forearms, creating space around the ears. I'm breathing and I'm finding a sense of comfort in this position. When I want to come out, I want to slowly draw the knees back down, one leg down, other leg down, come out of this. Okay, so that is the best way to enter a headstand. Building the strength in your core to send the hips above the shoulders and then the feet up without kicking. So this is what happens when we kick and why it's not recommended. So I'm going to kick up and then look at how my back can come into a back bend if I don't have a strong enough core. If I do not have a flexible enough back and I go over, the chance of injuring my neck is really high here. So unless you can kick up and stop yourself in this position and then enter from here where the hips are stacked above shoulders and I'm completely engaged in my core, then you've got the strength to kick up. However, most of us don't, and it's also easy to overkick. So if you kick up, you want to stop here. It's going to be a really controlled kick. Okay. So then the second option for entering headstand without the knees is to do the straight leg, like what I just did. So just a float of the toes off the mat. Come out of it the same way, using breath. The third option, which requires the most core strength, most strength in the legs, as well as a little bit of strength in the arms, is both legs raising up together. So once again, feet walk in as close to the body as possible. And then I just engage core, send energy through toes, bring legs up, constantly pushing out of the forearms. So when I'm actually in this position, there isn't too much pressure on the head and the neck. My forearms and shoulders are taking a lot of that pressure off. And breathing. Coming out of it the same way, slowly and controlled. Okay. So those are the 3 ways, starting from easy, a little bit harder to enter headstand. I know it is so easy to just kick up because all we want to do is be able to do it. However, the amount of strength you're going to build in your core and your body and even your shoulders by entering your headstand correctly is something you're going to thank yourself for later when you want to start playing around with more things and having control of your body. So it's really nice to feel in control of the movement. Yeah, so I think that's it. Once you do get to holding your headstand, make sure you're breathing. If you stop breathing, your body is going to push you out of this posture because it's going to think something is wrong. So once you're up, entering up on an inhale, take an exhale up there, feel your core engage, feel yourself send energy to the toes, and then just connect to a nice breath, holding yourself upside down. And yeah, I think those are all the key things. If there's anything else, please let me know. There are obviously so many variations of headstand once you're up there. A lot of different leg variations to play around with. So once you've built that strength in your core and you've got that sensation of being on your head and on your forearms, yeah, then you can start playing around. Just make sure that the core is strong enough and that you are in control of your body as you move so that the neck doesn't get injured. And I think that's all. But you can do it and you have got this, and it just comes down to putting in the time and practice at the end of the day. So yay. Let me know how this goes and if this helps you and if there's anything else I can share or help you with.